Welcome to the Jive Connects for Microsoft SharePoint video series. I'm John Underwood, Technical Evangelist at ThreeWill, and in this episode we're going to talk about the integration of Jive and SharePoint search results. Now, one of the challenges that we face in an information management system, be it Jive or SharePoint, is the ability to find things. I've heard people joke that applications like this are sometimes like your grandmother's attic. You put things in there and they never come out and you never find them again. Now, I think we could say that in both the case of Jive and SharePoint, that they both have excellent search facilities. They may present the data in different ways, but in the end, they both give users a pretty good chance of finding what they're looking for. So when we begin to bring the connector into that discussion, we want to have an environment where users that primarily live in Jive will be able to see search results from both environments, and likewise users that primarily live in SharePoint would be able to see results from both environments. So let me take a moment now and show you how that looks. So you can see I'm inside of my Acme Corp place, and within that place I'm just going to search for some content. I know that I've uploaded a coding standards document, and so I'll just type in the keyword coding and hit enter. And you'll see on the screen here the results showing that there is indeed such a document inside of Jive. But notice over to the left, because of the presence of the connector, there's also a set of SharePoint results. And if I click on that, that just basically provides me a link back into SharePoint where those particular things are located. Now, what about our users that spend most of their time in SharePoint? Well, you'll notice I've navigated to my SharePoint site, and then underneath my top level site, I have a search site. So I'll go in and search for the same term, coding, and you can see that it presents the SharePoint results. So in order to afford our SharePoint users the same courtesy that we did with our Jive users, we need to have a way to show the Jive search results here. Now, you saw a moment ago in the case of Jive, it just automatically presents both. But in the case of SharePoint, we actually have to add a web part. And you may recall when I did my earlier video on web parts, I talked about the fact that there was a search-related web part that we would show later. So the way I'm going to do this, well, first I'll navigate to my search results page without a query string. Then I'll click on the Page tab and choose Edit Page. And then what I'm going to do is add a web part to the right zone. Obviously, I'll want to select the Jive category. I'll choose the federated search web part and then click Add. And then there's a couple of options that I'll want to change here. So I'll choose Edit Web Part. I'm going to change the title to Jive Search Results. I'm also going to turn off the Display Search Box and Display Search Options. And then once I've done that, I'll click OK, and then I'll stop editing. So now let's navigate back to the search page. I'll search for the term once again. And you'll see not only do we show our search results, but we also show the related Jive search results, including a hyperlink that will take us directly to that page. Now, one last thing I need to demonstrate for you, and that is using the search web part in another context. So for this example, I'm just simply going to navigate back to my top level site. I'm going to go to my Site Pages library, and I'm going to add a new page, and we'll just call this one Jive Search. So you saw just a moment ago that I can integrate Jive search results within a search center, but I can also use that same web part in a more standalone mode. So if I go to the Insert tab and choose Web Part, and once again I'll go to the Jive section and select the federated search web part, and then click Add. Now in this example, I'm not going to change any of the properties like I did before. I'll just go ahead and save and close. And what you see now is that the web part includes a search box and some filtering criteria here. So once again, I'll go ahead and type in coding and press enter, and you can see that the results appear, and then if I want, I can refine in different ways. So the point here is just to let you see that this federated search web part can behave in one of two ways. It can behave in sort of a silent fashion where it just simply shows results on a search center page. That's what I demonstrated first. Then it can also be used as a control on any web page that a user might author. So whatever else a user might put on the site pages that they create, they can also provide a facility for showing Jive search results.